President Trump claims this could be the golden age of the Middle East after announcing a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. He's selling the agreement as a total and complete victory. But what has the U.S. won? President Trump told the world he was prepared to, quote, end civilization in Iran. He still might be. What message does that send to U.S. allies and adversaries who are openly questioning America's stability?
I don't know how to convey to my Republican colleagues any more than I have already. They have to stand up to this. These are war crimes.
So joining me now to discuss is Mark Wallace. He's president of United Against Nuclear Iran, but he's also the former U.S. ambassador to the UN. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me on.
So I've heard people are talking about the president's threats against bridges and power plants, decimation of a whole civilization. Before yesterday, they were saying, look, these are war crimes he's talking about. This rhetoric is wrong. Here we are today, after a ceasefire has been called. Do you think this diplomacy by threat, diplomacy by ultimatum is working?
Well, certainly it's unconventional. Look, as a diplomat and as my friend David Sanger, who's on the panel with us, would say, we've done things the same way for many years in Iran. We've watched this for many years, and it's unconventional. That harsh, strong language might resonate well with in the region and with Iran. Certainly is disruptive. A lot of us maybe don't like it because it's not what we're used to, what we accept.
Good morning, guys. I know we on super early.
What happens next?
You know what I'm saying?
That is both from a procedural.
You got CNN playing in the background, guys.
Will these negotiations?
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear that CNN playing in the background.
Will they drag it out? And
you know what I'm saying?
We've seen these tactics from the Iranians for many years with very maximalist demands.
What do you think of...
Good morning, guys. Episode number 79. Cruising with Ghost Rider, baby. You feel me? We ain't been live in a minute. We're about to go live soon. If you guys are on the video, cell phone, y'all please double tap the screen for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. We real early. We're going to be talking about the Iranian war, Pam Bondi, a host of different Trump news, guys. So CNN on in the background. I hope you guys can hear it. Y'all let me know if you guys can hear it.
Face to face, and Iran will engage in a manner that we really have not seen them engage really for nearly 5 decades.
I want to ask you a question about the nuclear material. This has come up in both the U.S. and Iran's plans. The 15-point U.S. plan for Iran is believed to include no nuclear weapons, that they hand over their enriched uranium, as well as reopening the Strait of Hormuz and limits on defense capabilities. Iran, of course, is not offering anything like that, right? They think they're going to control the strait. They very much think they're still going to be enriching uranium. As someone who cares about this, what would you like to see in this moment on the table?
Well, there are about 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium to 60%, really largely buried deep within those bomb sites. Now, there was a lot of reporting that somehow Iran would access that, and then there was reporting that it would take 1,000 U.S. soldiers and heavy equipment to dig it out. The only ways to deal with highly enriched uranium is, in fact, to bury it, reprocess it, remove it.
Guys, we got CNN playing in the background.
So I think right now,
you know what I'm saying?
I think it's a longer
throughout the entire live stream, that's where we're going to be getting our source of information from. CNN, Legacy News, they just telling us what's going on, man. So for all of you guys who haven't been here before, it's your boy Big Ghost Rider, cruising with Ghost Rider. This episode number 79, man. You will have to at least, I'll say, had to a previous visit or two to Legal Wars Live to understand where I'm coming from this morning. Because what I'm saying is, everything I'm finna tell you guys right now, if you guys go, all you simply have to do is go back to Legal Wars Live, click on the live streams. Good morning, James. And go back and look at the live streams. You'll see everything I'm telling you right now is playing out before us. So I'm going to take you back to previous let's go back to the summer, okay? We're going back to the summer of 2025. When President Trump was deciding to first hit Iran, okay? I was against hitting Iran for various reasons. I felt like just hitting those nuclear sites, even though you might obliterate those sites, where was the enriched uranium? We had seen satellite images of a bunch of vehicles leaving various nuclear sites. They said they had the enriched uranium. The Iranians were moving it. We know the Iranian leadership had went to China, a lot of them at that time. Okay, the Chinese are still helping them, giving them equipment. The Russians are helping them, giving them locations. You understand? So 25 years, the Iranians, the Russians, and the Chinese have been waiting for this attack. Iran is not Afghanistan. It's not Iraq. Iran has been killing Americans in Afghanistan and in Iraq in theaters across the world. Iran is the state sponsor of the terror organization. Understand that. Okay, now going back to the summer, I wasn't for President Trump hitting Iran like he did because I thought we were going to get involved in what we're involved in right now. But that's not the route President Trump. He used precision strikes. He took away the immediate threat of Iran using a nuclear weapon against Israel or against its neighbors, okay? At that time, it was, in my opinion, if you guys go back and y'all review the content, that the Israelis, due to the threat being mainly to the Israelis, not the Americans. I'm not saying the Americans, I'm not saying the Europeans, I'm not saying no one else in the world is under threat. I'm saying the threat mainly due to it being to the Israelis. I thought at that time the Israelis should have put boots on the ground, commandos, and instead of dropping big, beautiful $1 million bombs, you should have sent commandos down there, secure the nuclear material, then you drop the bombs. You don't have to worry about what we're worried about now. Skip all that. We're to where we're at now. Charlie Kirk goes up to the White House. He's telling President Trump, this would destroy you politically. Iran is a beast of no other magnitude that you've seen before. It is the summit of the, in my opinion, it is the summit of the evil on the earth. If you believe in Christianity or if you believe in good and evil, I believe Tehran, within Tehran, is the summit of evil on the earth. I believe that is the evil empire for various reasons I could get into later. Anyway, you going in to attack the evil empire. They've been waiting on you 25 years. I'm saying I felt like it was going to be a suicide mission. It's the reason why plenty of other presidents decided to avoid it. Well, President Trump thought he could get a better deal than President Obama did with President Obama's nuclear deal with Iran, which he said basically gave Iran a means and a way to make a nuclear weapon. President Obama thought he could get a better deal with President Trump, so he tore up that nuclear deal. And Iran said, okay, we're going to just start enriching uranium. We're going to try to make a bomb. That's our best tool for leverage. And so basically that's where we get to today. President Trump, he went in on the second run to attack Iran. Now, what I said, Ghost, what I said in the name of the stream, the reason why I told you so, what I said is if you would have called me 20 days into this conflict, so when did it start? The end of February. So you calling me on March the 14th and you doing a poll, a Fox News poll, and you saying, hey, Ghost, do you support President Trump's efforts in Iran, I would have told you, yeah. That's crazy, huh? I would have told you, yeah. President Trump went in there with a set of military objectives. He don't have much of a choice, okay? That's just the bottom line. Iran's a tough customer. It's a tough cookie. It's a tough monster. It's the reason all the other presidents neglected to do it. It's very tough terrain. So you sitting down and you're trying to negotiate a deal. You're not getting the deal that you want. you getting a deal that's not even as good as Barack Obama's deal. They offering you a deal that's worse than Barack Obama's deals. That's how tough of negotiators they are, right? So President Trump, like, he can't take that deal. So if you're trying to make a deal with a person that's absolutely necessary to make, right? And then the other person's not budging on the negotiations, what you do in the middle of the negotiate, you reach over there and you pop them in the mouth. That's, I mean, that's what President Trump did. What's up, Big Shit? President Trump, he reached over there and he popped the Iranians in the mouth. He said, listen, y'all don't want to make no deal. Y'all don't want to negotiate. The Iranians still got control of the Strait. We could talk about all that stuff all you want to, but you cannot negate, the damage that the American Air Force, that the Israeli Air Force has inflicted on the Iranian infrastructure. It looked like Hurricane Katrina and Camille both didn't hit Iran. Okay, so the Americans have been bombing things to smithereens. So that was what President Trump's objective was. Okay, you can't make a deal. If you don't make a deal with us, then we're going to slap you in the mouth. We're going to kill all the people who was there to make the deal, and we're going to back up, and we're going to go in here and try it again. Now, this is where I'm at. I gave y'all that about 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? To get you to this point right here. 3 weeks ago, I told you, 20 days into the conflict, if you ask me, am I for the conflict and what he's doing, I would tell you yes. At day 22, I would tell you no. And I'm going to tell you why. Because all of your military objectives have been accomplished. All of them. You went in there with a couple of military objectives. Number one, don't let them get a nuclear weapon. Number two, destroy their ballistic missile capability. Number three, destroy their navies and their air force. Because the goal was to stop them from projecting power outside of their own borders, building these militias like Hezbollah and like Hamas and like the Houthis. You want to stop them from raining terror on its neighbors. You want to stop their ability, set their drone capability back. You did all that. And you did all of that within 21 days. And President Trump is aware of that. Secretary Hegseth is aware of that. The U.S. military is aware of that. That's why President Trump came out after 21 days and said militarily, we have won. So my goal is, at that point, it was at that point. You can't use a sledgehammer. You got to use precision. President Trump, what you were attempting to do was something that no other president would have the balls to do. So if you do have the balls to do it, it's not that like he's just going in there unhinged. He pretty much got the same military hardware that would be advising him, or that would be advising AOC, or that would be advising Gavin Newsom, or that would be advising Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. It's the same basically brass. He choose, okay, I want General Kane instead of General Ichabod. But basically it's two sides of the same bird. It's just two sides of the same pizza, or two sides of the same what have you. It would have been about the same thing. Here's what I'm saying. If you're going to choose to make that move, you got to do it with precision. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying that 21 days you had reached precision. What America has to learn in any kind of military objective, get out your feelings. How do you get out your feelings, Ghost? You get out your politics. When you get out your politics, you are out your feelings. So whenever you're saying we're going to hit Iran, President Trump's a politician, of course, you in your politics right then. It take a little politics right then. But when you go to the generals, and the generals give you the 4 or 5 ways that we can do this in order for us, because we could stop making Iran a problem. Now, when he give you those 4 or 5 ways, that's the end of the saga. That's the end of the battle. That's the end of the story. When you hit those objectives, your mission is over. You could never control the Strait of Hormuz, and Ghost Rider told you that. That's mission impossible. That is a suicide mission. I ain't got to talk about the Black Hawk helicopter that got shot down. I ain't got to talk about the military hardware that got shot down. Y'all remember, I was just telling you about Fox News. Oh, what's that boy name? I forget the name. I ain't even trying to be funny. Jesse Walters. Oh, the ATN Warhawks. He like a little kid, like they playing some kind of, what you call that, Black Ops. Like they playing Black Ops, like they playing a Sega game or a video game or an Atari, a Nintendo game. Oh, look at the A-10 Warhawks. Yeah, and the A-10 War, and them Black Hawk helicopters getting shot down. And you put American lives at risk. The Iranians been waiting for you, and they've been waiting for you, and they've been waiting for you. And you're not going up against the Houthis in Yemen. You're not going up against ISIS. You're not going up against the Taliban. Look at all the militaries that the militias America has fought. You're not going up against a disbanded Iraqi army who will lay their weapons down within 48 hours of fighting. You're not going up against that. You're not, no, much worse than that. You're not going up against Hamas. You feel what I'm saying? You're not going up against, did I say the Houthis already? Or Hezbollah? You're going up against their sponsor, the state sponsor of them. Do you understand that? It's like, if we fight in a war, a proxy war, proxy wars are fought across the world all the time, a Cold War. You had the USSR or the Soviet Union versus the Americans, the West, democracy in Vietnam. You see what I'm saying? Cold War. We had proxy war for decades. If you having a proxy war, you got to understand there's powers behind the powers. So I'm saying the powers behind that power of terror has been Iran consistently. Iranians have consistently killed Americans and Israelis through proxies. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that when you go in to fight Iran, you got to be aware of what you're going to fight against. And I'm saying, was the American government really aware of what they're going to fight against? Like I said, President Trump, to the point of him 21 days completing the military objectives, I would say I would be for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. I know a lot of people want to talk about President Trump saying he was going to destroy the Iranian civilization. Ghost, what do you feel about the recklessness of President Trump saying he's finna destroy an entire civilization? He gets on there. He can't get no leeway with the Iranians. He don't know what to do. He frustrated. This ain't Venezuela. This is something much more complex. And he can't just have his way. So he said, hey, listen, Iranians, this is what we gonna do. I got the ability, the capability to bomb you into smithereens. I could destroy your entire civilization. What? Is this a madman or what? Is this an Adolf Hitler? Is this a lack of stability? You know what I'm saying? What, Ghost, what you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? The way I feel about President Trump saying that is about the same way y'all should feel about the Supreme Leader when he used to say he was going to wipe America off the face of the earth. Y'all remember the Supreme Leader saying he was going to wipe America off the face of the earth? He was going to wipe the Israelis off the face of the earth. I feel about the same thing. That's all President Trump's doing, is just banter. It's not something that he'll actually or really be able to achieve. But I'm saying it's just his frustration with this war. That's all that is. I look at that as just words. It's just frustration. We can look so deep into it and saying he's telling the Iranians he finna use a nuclear weapon or something like that. Ain't none of that's going on. We know ain't none of that's finna happen, man. You know, and right now it's a 2-week ceasefire that they're working on with Iran. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to come on here mainly, man, and tell y'all I told y'all so, man. I've been telling y'all this for a little bit. Somebody said, let's talk about him taking away healthcare and food assistance to go fund the war. And Jason, I think that's what's going to be the big thing. Regardless of everything we talk about, we could talk about Iran, what's happening in Iran, the ceasefire. It's looked like it's winding down. You know what I'm saying? Did the Americans look weak in the end? the Iranians are going to be in control of the Strait, I don't think much has changed. The Iranians, in my opinion, they were in control of the Strait beforehand. They just weren't getting paid for being in control. You see what I'm saying? All President Trump did is just put a spotlight on how much control the Iranians will really do have over the Strait of Hormuz. And Russia or China, the two powers in Asia, have no problems with Iran having control over the Strait of Hormuz. So I think that's all this war did, put a spotlight on it. I don't think America, who gets less than 1% of oil from the Strait, ever had any power over the Strait of Hormuz. I don't think no other country really did but Iran. But what Jason says, I think the real issue is healthcare and food assistance. The price of gasoline. Yeah, you probably finna see gasoline get back down to about regular prices. They talking about a ceasefire, so the price of a barrel of oil, you know what I'm saying, is dropping, the stock market rising. Yeah, things probably get back to close to about a similar of where they would be. President Trump talking about a golden age for Iran. You know what I'm saying? It is an opportunity for him. You know what I'm saying? If he do get a really good peace deal in the Middle East, man, he could probably get gasoline down to cheaper than it was before. If he welcomes in the Iranians into the world and the Venezuelan, all that extra oil onto the market, he could get that oil down to $40 a gallon. It was $60 pre-war. So he could get it cheaper than what it was. So there is an opportunity for a golden age for Iran, for other nations in the world. But what I'm saying in America, the problem he has in America politically, like Jason said, and what we saw in the No Kings protests, man, last week, you know what I'm saying, amongst the largest protests in the U.S. history and American history, is we've been seeing Americans being frustrated and sick and tired of fighting foreign wars and spending billions and billions of dollars overseas and giving billionaires tax breaks, giving big corporations tax breaks. And in the meantime, you take money away from the programs of the poor, whether or not you feel like the poor people need those programs or not. I'm saying I would feel like you would give money to a homeless people would be better than dropping bombs. Listen, you can feed 800 tons or 500 tons of food, man. Like that $800,000, $1 million, you could get 500 tons of food. That's what I'm saying. You drop one bomb for what, $2 million for a Tomahawk missile. You could have fed children. You could have fed thousands of children for 2 summers for a whole year for the price of one Tomahawk missile. That's what I'm into. And that might not matter to you. You might say, hey, Ghost, we need to fight these foreign affairs. We need to, you know what I'm saying, use these weapons and be able to go after our adversaries and defend our nation and our world. And that might be true, but I'm saying not putting enough emphasis on the reason why you were elected. And that's why I said to President Trump, 21 days, you should have been out of there. You shouldn't have had no finna bomb you in the smithereens. But even though I don't think it's that big of a deal, or I'm not all that much against it. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, it should have been no bomb you in the smithereens or none of that kind of stuff like that. It should have been completely like, you know what I'm saying? We're not doing none of this. We need to get on out of here, man. 121 days, we need to get out. You drag it out. Now the Iranians going to try to look like they won. Somebody's saying tacos, so they saying President Trump. Taco stands for Trump, blank, ASS, Trump, ASS, chickens out. Taco, Trump, blank, chickens out. So I'm saying, to me, in my opinion, like I hear people say that President Trump, he be making threats to get leverage, but I wouldn't take any stock into that. To me, this isn't about a chicken and out thing. President Trump had enough courage in the first place to attack the Iranians. Some people say it was too much courage. Some people say it was blind courage or crazy courage, or it was insanity courage. But I'm saying at least he had enough courage to go after the Iranians to attempt to get a better deal with them. But actually going after them to get a better deal might have ended up getting him a worse deal. You know what I'm saying? Anybody familiar with geopolitical politics, it's just it wasn't widely known, but Iran could at any time make the Strait of Hormuz untravelable. I know that had to be widely known in the world circles, y'all. Whatever Ghost said today on his birthday, it is my 46th birthday. I want to toot my own horn, say happy birthday to myself if you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? If I could say anything, bro, on my 46th birthday to y'all, what I would tell y'all, it was a widely known fact, greatly known fact, that the nation of Iran at any time they wanted to could turn the Strait of Hormuz into the Strait of Terror. That's not new news. The United States went in there with their military efforts and they just proved something that Iran has been knowing for years, that Iran has been practicing for decades, 25 years. As I said, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard is not the Iraqi. No, Iran is 3-4 times that. No, that's not what Iran is. They not putting down waving no white flags and surrendering if you roll through there with tanks. That's not what's going to happen in Iran. What's going to happen in Iran is more similar to what happened in Afghanistan. With the Taliban, you're going to fight against tribal terrorism with Iran, and you're going to be fighting for 20 years. The same similar what you saw in Iraq too, but it's going to be worse. You see what I'm saying? The Houthis, you think about Hezbollah. Look how Hezbollah, compared to the IDF. So the IDF, it's only 9 million people in Israel, but they got all America's weapons. They got a lot of money. So that's like a mini America over there in the Middle East. So the IDF, you think like they should have been able to get rid of Hezbollah in Lebanon, right? Been be able to get rid of Hezbollah in Lebanon. They ain't been able to do so. What's up, Brasha? What's up, y'all? If y'all haven't liked the video, double tap the screen for me. Charles, thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you, thank you. Somebody said, what's the better deal? The better deal is after 21 days, your military objectives is out. Just get out. Even if you hadn't got a ceasefire deal, all this stuff they doing for TV, man. You know what I'm saying? You got the Palestinians, the Pakistanians, they all want their face on TV to work out some kind of deal. You know, they got money, corruption, all that stuff going on, man. Ain't none of that stuff matter. Just get on out of there. Stop spending American dollars in there. All you had is 21 days, your military objectives. When you finish your military objectives, you're going to look stronger if you walk away. Because it's going to look like you finished the job you came to do. Listen at me. Y'all watch me for a second. Let me stand up to illustrate for you. You see what I'm saying? Let's say I came up in here and I said, hey, I'm going to come up in here and I'm going to fix your plumbing and I'm going to fix your leaky sinks and leaky faucets. Say I come up in here, you know what I'm saying? I did a little bit of tweaking over here, a little bit of tweaking over here, but I didn't say nothing to you. But you smart enough, you see a little drip though, a little drip coming out from the garage. So you know the water lines all connected. So you see, but I ain't say nothing to you though, but I did a little tweaking, I come back up in here. You know what I'm saying? And you ask me, you finished? You hit me with one of them long faces, like, you finished? You know, me being the smart person I am, I know something else still wrong with it. So I'm like, nah, I'm not finished yet. You know, I completed all my objectives. Does this see, whether I see that drip over there or not? I'm saying we have to see the drip. We have to know that you ain't going to be able to secure the Strait of Hormuz. Ghostwriter will tell you that. That's what ghosts do. Ghosts predict stuff. So if you don't have any generals or you don't have anybody around you, President Trump, to tell you that, all you got to do is come get Ghost. Ghost going to tell you that. That strait is too little, it's too small, you cannot secure it. You can escort ships through it, some probably safely over 60% of the times. All it's gonna take is that one time, oh, Black Hawk down. And then it's a week or 2 weeks before people trust anything to go over there. Ain't nobody trying to lose no millions of dollars of equipment, $10 million oil tankers, or human lives either. Ain't nobody trying to die over here doing this. The Iranians, they don't care. This is what they do. 77 virgins, pew! 77 virgins, pew! They gonna launch their missiles at you. Heat-seeking rocket propelled. So he could launch this missile from you anywhere in the country where he see you, and it's heat-seeking on it. So this heat-seeking little rocket-propelled thing he launching from his shoulder could go get your B-52, could go get your how many billions of dollars that bomber is. From a little thing he got on his shoulder could go get your billion dollar. That's what I'm saying. So how could you ever secure that? You cannot secure that. Just like you could not secure Afghanistan, you could not secure Iraq because Iraq is still in turmoil. Oh, Brasha Braz, good. Appreciate it on my birthday, that $10 donation. I appreciate that. Love, appreciate you showing up too, my brother. Everybody, please like that donation for me. It's free to show somebody for some love. Y'all like Brasha Braz's donation from me if y'all will. If you want to donate to the channel, hit that button with the $sign in it. Your donations are much appreciated. Yeah, man. Just like in Afghanistan, man. Look, Iran is not Venezuela. It's not. But it's not just about making fun of him about that, bro. I just wanted to show that he couldn't. Look, your military objective never was to secure the strait, because General Kane and those generals, y'all can laugh at President Trump all you want to. It's the same bad military, the same Superman military, the same #1 military, the same best conventional fighting force military. America would beat China in the conventional war. I don't care what your friends tell you or what's popular on TV. America beat Russia in the conventional war. America could possibly beat China and Russia in a conventional war with no nukes added if they had the munitions to fight. The Americans are trained. The Americans have been fighting these battles for decades. So you cannot hate on any kind of advice that was given for President Trump. General Kane never told President Trump, and I never been in one meeting, but I could guarantee you he never told President Trump that the Americans or the NATO or any national force could secure the Strait of Hormuz, because it could not be done. So what I'm telling you today ain't no different than what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 47 years ago. It's the same reason no president has ever tried to take Iran, because of the Strait of Hormuz. So now all that happens is Iran has proved what we've already known. Y'all don't get too carried away on this. Iran has proved to the world what General Kane already knew. That's what I'm saying. Politics is your feelings. Get out your politics. Let's talk military. The Iranian military, the American military, the Israeli military. Iran has simply Maurice Jean, welcome to Legal Wars Loyalty. Thank you guys for the donations. Y'all hit the buttons with the $sign in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Iran has proved what the world has already known, that at any time they want to, they could take control of the straits. That's all that has happened. Sure, it has been a big embarrassment for the United States. Sure, President Trump should have went in at that time, but that's debatable. In my opinion, he did something that some president eventually was going to do. How close was every single U.S. president had a contingency plan to slap Iran in the mouth? The CIA been waiting to slap Iran in the mouth for over 40 years. Ever since the Jimmy Carter days, the CIA ain't been planning that they were going to get Iran. It was going to come. It was going to happen. So I'm not trying to take up for President Trump. I'm not trying to put President Trump down. The way President Trump, some of the rhetoric that they use is rhetoric that I would not use. You know what I'm saying? We saw what happened with A.G. Bondi. see what happened with Secretary Noem, and I don't think they'll be the last of them. I really don't. I believe Secretary Hegseth, if this situation don't turn out that good due to some of the rhetoric that he used, I believe that he will be next. And I like Secretary Hegseth, you know what I'm saying? But I just understand that's just how it is. I believe that, you know what I'm saying, Secretary Hegseth, he could very well be next with some of the rhetoric he used. If I was advising you and President Trump is my president, he my big dog, and he coming to me, you know what I'm saying, we don't really see or hear from Stephen Miller a lot, you know what I'm saying, he ducked off in the background. You know what I'm saying, you don't have to be like that. You could be like J.D. Vance, you could be a leader. J.D. finna go get all the airshine. You got the second in command, the vice president, and JD smart as a whip. I think he gonna protect American interests, but he gonna make a pretty good deal with Iran. He gonna be firm, and the Iranians, they trust and want to deal with him better anyway. But you got JD Vance and you got Marco Rubio, and those two gentlemen, I believe, will never fall victim to what has happened to other politicians or other people in President Trump's cabinet. If you going around and you got, I don't know, y'all, this is a Christian channel. Y'all forgive me. I don't know how else to say this, but you just got a whole like bunch of meat or hot dogs. I'll just say that you got Trump dogs or Trump meat in your mouth all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how no other way to say it. Then I don't think you will be successful in life in this cabinet, because I'm saying some of the stuff imagine this my point. Imagine President Trump going to Secretary Hegseth or P. Kaine or General Kaine, and he's saying, hey, look, we want to keep an option to be able to use a nuclear bomb and kill 40 million Iranians. We want to use this option to be able to send them to the Stone Ages and destroy the majority of their civilization. And the ones who survive and they got skin crawling off their bodies from the nuclear bomb, you know, like what happened in Japan, just go study your history. You see what I'm saying? We want to do this to Iran too, to see how Japan turned out. Japan turned out a better country, more peaceful. Maybe we could do this to our Iranians and they turn out to a better. See, when you have somebody who, President Trump, he gonna come to you. He a business person, bro. He's not a politician. He don't understand what he's saying or doing, or maybe he do and he don't care. So what I'm saying is, when he come to you, Secretary Noem, Stephen Miller, and when they say, hey, we gotta be tough against these Minnesota or these Minneapolis terrorists kicking off the lights off the back of the trucks of these ICE agents. So we gotta make an example. And you go out there and you get somebody killed or somebody dies, and you go out there and try to act like the person who got killed, that the ICE agent could have easily moved out the way and not be harmed, but shooting bullets in the side of the window at a woman's head, a defenseless woman, straight into her head. You see what I'm saying? And so now you got to go out there and do what? Because I told y'all this from the very beginning. Anybody in President Trump's cabinet, he going to survive it, you getting fired. You going to get rearranged to a new position somewhere. President Trump said he moving Kristi Noem to a new position in the private world. And it sounds so beautiful. No, Kristi Noem, I'm sorry. He got Kristi Noem going down there to the South American nations when he finna go try to take over Cuba here coming up in about 2 months or less. As soon as that, depending on how quick he get done in Iran, he gonna go to Cuba next, 2 months or less. So he got Kristi Noem down there for that debacle. You know what I'm saying? Then he moved A.G. Bondi out. He said A.G. Bondi going to this. That's what I'm saying. That's what's gonna happen to you, Secretary Hegseth, and I like you, my brother. Because I'm saying it's a very good chance that the fallout for this Iranian war could go horribly. Because the Democrats are already and they already aiming at you, and they already got grievances to pick with you. So I'm saying as it comes to an end, we see how it ends. We see the mistakes that was made because you went 2 or 3 weeks too long with this. If you finish 20 days, like Ghost said, we can't see the results of him finishing at 20 days, but we could see results of him finishing past 21 days, and past 21 days, we're going to see some chaos. So the Democrats going to do investigations, especially they win, and they ain't going to let this go. And it's going to be an Iranian war controversy. And it might not be 6 months down the road. And they're going to have Pete Hegseth, the next one that they got crosshairs on. They put crosshairs on Kristi Noem, they got her. They put crosshairs on A.G. Bondi, they got her. Pete Hegseth, the next ones they got crosshairs on. So they're not going to let it go, and they're going to keep on coming up with stuff. And I'm saying what's going to happen is President Trump going to be getting into pressure. And if it come down to he feel like it's pressure in that department, he's not going to go. He's going to still be president, Lord willing, till 2029? January 2029, he's still going to be president. So you know what's going to happen? Pete Hegseth, they're going to let you go. Because when President Trump come to you talking about taking the Iranian civilization off the face of the map, you go in there, you got to know how to deal with them. Like how JD know how to deal with them. They got respect from him. That's how he know how to deal with. He will respect Ghost. He respect Marco Rubio. That's why he treat him like that. I'm trying to tell you, if he don't respect you, he ain't going to treat you like that. He going to respect Ghost. I'm going to go in there and say, big dog, you know I got a lot of love for you now. We can't even go out. I know you want to say you're going to end the Iranian civilization, but President Trump, I can't say that because the military is not going to drop no nuclear weapons on the Iranians. Because that's the quickest way for China to become, you know what I'm saying? Us dropping nuclear weapons on the Iranians is the quickest way for China to become the supreme power in the world. I told someone this yesterday. I think I told my mom this. If I talk to my dad as often as I do, I would tell my pops this. The reason why Xi in China has not already became the world power is because Xi will kill tens of thousands of his citizens, just like the Ayatollahs did in Iran. Just like Putin will do, let some people get out there. He'll kill his citizens in a heartbeat. Let them get out there and start protesting. That's what I'm saying. The same thing with the North Koreans. Let them get out there and start protesting. Kim Jong-un will kill his citizens in a heartbeat. That's the difference between the West and the East. Communism and democracy. Democracy, we believe not only in free trade. See, China got the free trade part right. They understood how to make money. The Americans in the West made money, the markets. China, futuristic, AI, they invest in the technology. China is realizing the new industrial revolution, which is the artificial intelligence. It's like America is still chasing it. America's chasing AGI, a higher form of artificial intelligence. But for the regular citizens in the communities in China, if you go to China, you can experience integrated artificial intelligence into their society. They're already doing it. Instead of spending $8 trillion and fighting foreign wars, trying to free straits in which you get no oil from. You see what I'm saying? That was a suicide mission for America anyway. Look, I thank the Lord that America isn't able to free that strait. Because if you are able to free the strait, we finna spend $200 billion to free a strait that we don't get one drop of oil from. Listen, bro, you can't make this up. I'm going to let y'all think about that. If we could free that strait, President Trump and them asked for $200 billion. We finna spend $200 billion to free a strait that we don't get one drop of oil from. Y'all think about that for just a second. You know that don't make no sense in the world whatsoever. 0 cents. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I can't say President Trump, I told you so. Listen, hold up. So let's listen to some CNN. Trump impatient to make progress in the Iran war.
And I think if they negotiate,
God, this JD Vance speaking on CNN.
and ultimately it's up to the Iranians how they negotiate. They make the right decision.
CNN's Elena Shreen is live this morning at the White House. What are you learning about these potential talks, in-person talks in Pakistan?
Yeah, look, from the conversations that I've had, U.S. officials told me and our colleague Kristen Holmes that the Trump administration is preparing for in-person talks in the coming days, likely in Pakistan, of course, Pakistan being the crucial mediator here that helped put this proposal for this 2-week ceasefire together and helped get both sides, the United States and Iran, on board. And we're told, it's very fluid. We're told nothing is officially set in stone yet. We know that the Pakistanis have...
Guys, y'all, listen, this is what I want to say. So that's CNN, guys. I got to shout them out. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Legacy Media this morning. You know what I'm saying? The situation I'm in, I'm not able to ingest the internet as much. You know what I'm saying? Or bring y'all that as much as I am Legacy Media. So CNN saying that JD Vance, he finna head over to Pakistan and engage the Iranians in talks. What I'm saying, that's all political stuff. Y'all hear the Iranians saying that they control the Strait of Hormuz. You make that look bad on President Trump. President Trump, JD, y'all, I wish he had a staff. Listen to your boy Big Ghost real quick. Let me tell you something. The Iranians controlling the Strait of Hormuz means little to nothing to me. If they're charging a $1 million tax for the oil to come through there, really it means little to nothing to me. President Trump shouldn't have went over there and invaded them, number one. And the fact that he did, the South Koreans, the Chinese, the Japanese, all the nations, the Europeans who get their oil from the Strait. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of them was willing to send any ships to help get the Strait secured? Did y'all get that question? The Europeans, the Chinese, the Japanese, the South Koreans, how many of them were willing to send one ship to the Strait of Hormuz to help get it secured? So, because Iran controlled the Strait, that would mean nothing to me. They controlled the Strait beforehand. You just didn't know it, idiot. I promise you they controlled it. That's why no other American president ever tried to do that. Now they're officially control it. That wouldn't mean nothing to me. Fertilizer, if we had to get fertilizer out of there, I would make a deal that they wouldn't mess with our fertilizer. And if they listen, you're not going to give them reparations to rebuild their nation. So however they got to make money to rebuild their nation, I wouldn't try to block them. You're not going to be able to block them. You got to have the right deal maker over there to make the right deal. The purpose and the goals when you first went to Iran, do not lose focus. The military goals. Take General Kane with JD Vance to make the deal. Because General Kane's mission when it came to Iran is the mission that counts. Get the nuclear material. That's not up for negotiation. You understand that? The ballistic missile program, knock that back to the Stone Age. Knock the drones back to the Stone Age. Nuclear enrichment, no, you cannot do it. We'll come back through here in 8 months and we'll bomb you again. Those leaders that you got sitting at these tables will come through and we'll kill all your leaders again. We'll play this out again. We'll keep killing your leaders. We'll keep going through this. You need ghosts out there negotiating for you, man. Because look, if I'm JD, I'm going to say, listen, I'm not saying I'm going to do this to y'all. I'm just saying this is how President Trump and Bibi looking at this. You cannot have no nuclear weapon. You can have ballistic missiles, but you have to cut down on the ballistic missiles. We really want you to get rid of the Houthis and whatever. We'll draw down our military base, but we're not getting rid of all our military base. You get rid of the Houthis, you got to get rid of them. Really, if you get money off the Strait of Hormuz, I really don't care. We don't get no oil from there, and ain't no nations would come help defend it anyway. So why should we care if Iran controls it? Ain't no Western nations who get oil from there. They don't care. They wouldn't send one ship to help the Americans to free it. So Iran control it. We don't get no oil from there. You cannot charge on no fertilizer that we get. You're not taxing me $1. Not $1. You won't tax me $1. I'm not like President Trump. I won't talk about bumming you to stone ages, but whatever leaders that you got talking in the IRGC, I know we didn't identify them. Y'all be walking dead men. You're not taxing me no dollar on no fertilizer. I kill all your leaders again. I cut the head of the snake off and we could play this wiggle round. We could keep rounding. The way you go around is you cut that snake head off. That's how you go around and round with them. The leaders that President Trump was talking to the first time, they're all dead. The Ayatollah, he's dead. I think the foreign minister or that one little famous dude that I always see, the little good looking little Iranian dude, he the only one still living, but all of them are dead. They had a second group of leaders that's talking to Witkoff and them. Guess what? They all dead too. So if I'm talking to you, IRGC, you got to understand, you could be talking tough. You telling the world you control the strait. See, I'm not like President Trump. I'm more like General Kane. I'm a legal dude. You can't move me or you can buy those little emotional battles. I'm a strategist. I want to win. I want America to win. I don't care about no Trump's ass cap chickened out again. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care about that cutesy stuff. I don't care about that political stuff. I don't care about none of that. It's nonpartisan. I want America to win. This is how America wins. That rich uranium, you got to give it up. I don't care who get it. The Chinese could get it, whoever get it, whoever I could trust. You got to give up that rich uranium. Point blank, period. The strait, you already control the strait. We don't get no oil from the strait. That fertilizer, though, we going to run our fertilizer through. You can't tax that fertilizer. That right there will get all your leaders sitting at this table. It'll get them killed again. You feel me? That's why I don't mind President Trump popping them in the mouth. I don't mind him. Imagine if you sitting at the table and you talking to an American, and you know the dude who was sitting there, your boss, the nigga, excuse me, y'all excuse my language, the man who was your boss 5 weeks ago or 5 months ago or 5 years, not no 5 years, 5 months ago, the man who was your boss, he laying in a tombstone. He was killed by a Tomahawk missile or Israeli missile. So when you hear the Americans say, no, we not, yeah, this is a necessity, then you got to understand that because we'll come around. Yeah, you can control the strait. You can do everything you're doing. We still got those aircraft carriers in the area. And the Israelis, they still want to fight y'all because they don't think they've achieved not one objective in Iran. I heard Bibi say he didn't achieve one military objective. He only had 2 objectives. His objectives were different than the Americans, and Bibi felt like he ain't achieved one military objective in Iran. So good morning, Caster. Bibi will fight you to the end of all times. He don't have no problems with fighting y'all continually. So this is what I'm going to say then. You can't have no nuclear materials, no nuclear weapons. I don't care nothing about the strait. Get your glow. You can't charge us no for that fertilizer coming through. You can't tax us for nothing that's coming through the strait. All the stuff we need come through the strait, you got to send it through. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know too many more points of contention they have. America moving bases, he ain't even got the Iranians. Really, if they were smart, they ain't even got to worry about that. You wait 5 or 10 years, I could guarantee you the Qataris, Qatar, all those people, they going to move those American bases. The American bases going to slowly but surely start drawing up in the Europe and the Middle East. I guarantee you, they going to dry up. So I wouldn't even worry about that. I don't know what else the Iranians trying to glory or get out of it, but President Trump, the right moves, it look like he making the right moves. You know what I'm saying? The best thing to do, man, is to wind that down. It ain't no W's. You get no W's for continuing that fight against Iran. Not one W. ceasefire is what's needed, you will not get one W for continuing that fight against Iran. So him stopping the fight for whatever reason, whatever y'all got to say, that's partisan and political. Militarily, I achieve my objectives. I'm not finna sit over here, spend $2 billion a day to help Israel or to help nobody in the world. That's not an American. I could feed Americans with $2 billion a day. I could lower the gas prices with $2 billion a day. You see what I'm saying? I could strengthen Social Security with $2 billion a day. How weak is our Social Security system? You want to spend $2 billion a day dropping bombs? You could spend $2 billion a day strengthening your Social Security for your seniors. You could spend $2 billion a day giving police officers raises and firefighters raises and teachers raises. $2 billion a day you could spend integrating artificial intelligence into your society, and all these rundown, raggedy, burnt buildings. You could modify your buildings, beautify your cities. That's what you could spend with $2 billion a day, boy. $2 billion a day, you could feed all the homeless people. You could get the homeless people 30 days of hotel stays. Every homeless person in America, you could get them a hotel for 30 to 60 days with $2 billion in one day. $2 billion. You could, how about no homeless? See, this would have happened if Ghost was behind AOC's administration, or if Mandami, somebody like that, hired Ghost. We got a no homeless day in New York City. So that $2 billion a day President Trump spending on dropping them bombs, we going to spend half of that, $500,000 in one day. And in 60 days, I'm going to implore you to ride around my city in New York City. I'm going to invite the whole world over here for 60 days. You ain't going to find one human being sleeping on the street. Do something like that. They ain't got that in them. You got to have somebody who know God to help you do that. Because that take the love of Jesus to help you do that. They ain't thinking like that. He thinking about, I'm finna make $1.5 billion off of off of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? We finna buy some Ferraris. We finna buy some Lamborghinis, create generational wealth, and drop bombs. $2 million missiles in a battle that you cannot win, trying to free a strait that you don't get one drop of oil from. Not one drop. Make that make sense. You cannot free the strait. If America could free the strait, do it for your might. But see, President Trump, you embarrassing yourself. You embarrassing the Americans. Because everybody in the world knows that even if you got the strait with a complete military power, they going to shoot down your ATMs while you doing it. They shooting down your Blackhawks while you doing it. They taking out your, I'm talking about they doing it, they ain't even got on you yet. That's just a little shoulder fire missile. Wait till they start. I'm trying to tell you, I told y'all this before it happened. Wait till they start launching them drones from them northern mountains near Iraq. Them drones gonna be coming from what happened in America, if they wanted to stay there and fight the fight, they gonna pin down locations, so they gonna be knowing where they shooting from. They gonna start shooting from you from Iraq. Shoot, they'll launch a drone from you from China. You don't know where that drone coming from. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying in the meantime, that little bitty strait, so you done secured everything. You went 6 months. You done lost, I don't know how many Blackhawks and Haitians. Jesse Walters, remember him? Haitians. I don't know, you done lost how many Blackhawks, A-10s and everything. And in the meantime, all it takes is one shoulder propelled rocket. And he ain't even got to destroy the tanker. All he got to do is land in the middle of your escapade. You know, you might have a French ship in the front. You have American warship on either side. You have a British behind her. All they got to do in the tanker in the middle, all you got to do is the rocket got to hit somewhere, and it's going to shut everything you accomplished in 6 months, they'll shut it down in 30 seconds. You back to square one. It's the terror, man. They could create terror. This is what this state does. This is a terror state. It's a state that causes terror. You cannot secure no strait that is around a terrorist state. That's going to be the strait of terror. Ghost told you that. I'm glad you listening to the military people. If you was listening to the military people, you wouldn't have this political problem from the get-go. Because when the military told you their 4 objectives, BB got his own military objectives. They're not our objectives, BB. I'll go with you to accomplish our military objectives. 4, we want to stop them from exuding power beyond their own borders. How do we have to do that? Okay, we have to hit their Navy. We have to hit their Air Force. Okay, we got to degrade their ballistic missile capabilities, degrade their drone making capabilities, and then we need that uranium. We need that rich uranium out of Iran. Okay. After that, what? Oh, they control the strait. They've been controlling the strait. They weren't getting no fares from it or fees from it, but they need the fees. How they gonna rebuild their country? You gonna go flatten every building in their country. You ain't doing no nation building. You ain't giving them no money to rebuild. Them people ain't gonna make no deal with you. Don't be stupid. You feel what I'm saying? You rebuild Iraq. How many nations America we rebuild after we bomb them? You can't just tear all them people's stuff up and don't let them get any kind of way to come back or bounce back. You got to let them bounce back. So if you let them get some money off the strait, who cares? We don't get one drop of oil from and on top of that, ain't none of the nations who get oil from the strait, ain't none of them nations were willing to send one ship, one soldier, $1 to help free the strait. So if Iran want to tax, the Philippines, next time America asks you to send some troops, if Iran want to tax, if Iran decide, listen to me, if Iran want to tax France, say, France, you got, since you cool with NATO, America, you got to pay 30% fees. We won't charge you $1 million. We're going to charge you 300,000. What they going to do? They going to pick up the phone and call President Trump. That's what they all do. They run to America. They make us spend our wealth, our military soldiers, our money, our billions of dollars a day. They make us go spend all our money to free their stuff. Hey, President Trump, the Iranians, they over here trying to charge $300,000 for us to pass through. Well, then, hey, France, we gave y'all an opportunity to come send some warships. You said settle it through diplomacy. So you know what the diplomacy is? Now the Iranians taxing everything that go through there. That's just diplomacy. We don't get nothing that go through there. So, hey, let them get their money back like that. What can I say? Somebody said gas will never go down. I disagree with that. I think gas will go down. Definitely. I think gas will go down shortly. I think gas will go down further than it was before, pre-war times. I think it will. President Trump is in a situation where there's no, like, I didn't know it for a fact, but I didn't see no strategy that the military could give him outside of a suicide mission. That's the only mission he had left moving forward militarily in Iran was a suicide mission. So Jesse Walters, see, y'all watch dudes, they think they know what they talking about. They get paid a lot of money for Fox News, but he don't know what he talking about. He's celebrating them A-10s and everything, and I know them A-10s finna stop flying sorties real soon. They really flew sorties past 20. Yeah, they should have been flying. They should have stopped flying them sorties at 21 days. Like Ghost said, that's your problem. You don't listen to me. That's your problem. That's why you in some political mess. You got let's cut CNN. It ain't just CNN, cut Fox News on. If you look at a Fox News poll, over 60% now on Fox, over 60% of Americans, over 60% disagree with this action. Gas nationally got over $4 a gallon, high or higher than it was during Joe Biden's administration. You don't have to listen to Ghost. You should have stopped it at 21 days when General Kane came to you and said that he has achieved those military objectives. Y'all, we out. President Trump. What's going on, President Trump? Yeah, this the British over here. We trying to get some oil from the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, y'all want some oil from over there? Yeah. You got any battleships to help us clear the strait? Nah, we ain't got no battleship. Just like I said, y'all, we out. Oh yeah, can I speak to President Trump? Yes, who's speaking? The Prime Minister of Japan. Oh, how you doing, baby girl? Oh, hey, yeah, you come to the White House. Yeah, you know, the Iranians, they trying to charge us $1 million to get through the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, they are. Oh yeah, you got any battleships to send to come fight to her? Oh, you ain't got one battleship? Oh. Y'all must not have heard me the first three times I said it. Yeah. USA, baby. We out. Hey, y'all, we finna get us a staffer over here, JD Vance Stafford. Okay, JD Vance Stafford, he talking to Ghost. Ghost, you talking to JD Stafford. What you want to tell the vice president? Tell the vice president to ask President Trump how much oil we get from the Strait of Hormuz. How many gallons? How many gallons? Look, America getting our oil from where? How many of those gallons are we getting from the Strait of Hormuz? Oh, Vice President Vance Stafford said, y'all, we get 0 gallons from the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, we ain't getting no oil from over there. But you want us to spend $2 billion a day. You want us to lose our Black Hawks and lose our Tomahawk missiles, munitions that we need and you want us to do what? For no oil that we're getting from a strait that Iran been controlling. The world just didn't know it. They just hadn't showed the world. They were waiting for this opportunity. President Trump gave them the opportunity. So the world know they control the strait. Who cares? Iran controls the strait. Oh, they act like like the imperialists, they're so hurt. The imperialists are so hurt. Iran controls the strait. Who cares? They control a piece of land or a piece of something that America gets nothing for. America first, baby. We don't get a drop of oil from the strait. America first. We don't get no oil from that strait, not that fertilizer. I tell the Iranians, you try to tax us on the fertilizer. You see these leaders that you sitting up here talking to JD Vance? All right, bet. You don't remember what happened to the first class of leaders? Hey, Iran, this ain't President Obama. You remember what happened to the second class of leaders? See, this is what I'm gonna do it. This time I'm gonna be smart because he got Ghost Rider over here with him. JD, this time this how we ain't gonna do it. Next time we ain't gonna spend one American dollar. You know what we gonna do? We gonna sick Netanyahu on them, sick the Israelis on them, sick Netanyahu on them like a pit bull, like a mad pit bull. You know them pit bulls getting a fight, bro. He didn't try to lock up. You know he locked jaw on your neck. Nah, it's a wrap. He didn't try to lock jaw on the Iran neck. Iran then slid it out of it. You know what I'm saying? So you know Netanyahu, he over there mad, bro. He over there he's salivating, boy. He want to lock jaw on that. So this what we do. You want to text me on the fertilizer? Cause you know what I'm finna go back and do. I'm finna go tell BB on you. That's all I'm gonna do. It ain't like BB running us. It's just I'm not finna spend my millions and my billions and my military hardware. That's hustling backwards. Israel is buying weapons for America. Israel is buying weapons from America. So why would we go over there like that's stupid? Let them do it. Let them fight. You make more money doing it like that, Dodo Bird. The more weapons that they spend, I would continue to sell them weapons. I would sell them weapons like you selling Ukraine weapons. I would sell the Israelis weapons. I would sell all of them weapons besides Iran. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, y'all all got dogs in this fight. Protect yourselves. You buy F-22s for America to protect you. Make that make sense. Once the Americans show you how to use the weapons, I'm saying, what other purpose America have over here with you? You buy F-22s for America to protect you. How that makes sense? Bro, common sense ain't that common, baby. Ghost Rider. I know y'all been missing Ghost Rider. He gonna give y'all them facts. Listen, I'll buy F-35s for America to have America over here protecting me. What? How America protect you? Oh, they got those aircraft carriers. They gonna bring the aircraft carriers anyway. I'm talking about in Qatar. Why you got Americans flying sorties over here? You see how Israel, they flying their own sorties? Saudi, they need to be flying their own sorties. They need to learn to defend their own country. They don't need no Chinese bases, no American bases. They need Saudi bases and defend their own country. You teach them how to fish, right? Isn't that a Republican strategy? Well, this is a time where you teaching them how to defend themselves. That's what I'm saying. If I would have been president and I'm JD and them, and I'm saying France is strong because President Trump and them, like, to me, it's like they don't see what's going on in the world. Germany's economy is becoming one of the world's largest economy. I would be over there playing with Germany with some artificial intelligence. You know how they came up with the atomic bomb? Well, America is chasing the AGI. So I will intertwine my economy with the West's second leading economy that's finna blow up the Germans. I would be intertwining my economy with the Germans, and I'll be making America trillions. That's what I would be doing. But President Trump, he chooses to pick fights with them. I would be intertwining with the British. I would be intertwining with the French. That's where the money is for the West. I would be growing the West. I would make the West a powerhouse. If you look at the West versus the East, what do you look at? You looking at China, Russia. Hopefully India don't never take their side, even though they in BRICS. They in BRICS. Because India and China together, that's 3 billion people. That's nearly half of the world's population. You don't have enough bullets. Common sense ain't that common. And then Russia, the largest land area. So I'm saying, but right now you got China and you got Russia, you got Iran and you got North Korea, and they locked against you. And you by yourself. That's why the smart thing is the way you survive, the way you win politically, you got to stop fighting. Because you ain't got no France. You ain't got no Germany. You ain't got no United Kingdom. You ain't got no Italy. You ain't built those coalitions. I'll be over there with the Germans. Y'all, where y'all at? Come get you a smart guy. Come hire a smart guy, y'all. Come hire a smart guy. I'll be over there with the Canadians, inventions, innovating with artificial intelligence. Canada got land for days. If I was Google, bruh, you see what I'm saying? If I was America, the American government, if Google and them doing it, I'll do it too. I need a nuclear power plant to come up with me some AGI too. The U.S. government, I'll be doing it too. Be buying land in Canada. We'll be selling land, bro. I'll be getting money with them white boys, man. America been getting money with them white boys forever. You forgot how to get money with the white boys. He over there in Saudi Arabia because he trying to sell them Trump towers. He looking at it from a play, and I'm not hating on him. Like, be cool with Saudi, man. I like Mohammed bin Salman. I like MBS, man. Real talk. Be cool with the Qataris. I like the Qataris. I like those cool Muslims. Jordan. I like all those Muslims. Be cool with them. But I'm saying he not thinking about the future and the interests of America. The future and the interests of America is a bilateral relationship with Germany. That is the upcoming, that Germany will take over the United States spot in the West as the largest economy. That's what's coming down the pipeline. I'm saying you want to fight China, you want to fight Russia, you want to fight, and I understand that. That's what Venezuela's about. That's what Iran's about. That's why I'm not all against President Trump. But I'm saying you got to build up your coalition in the West first. You got to build your coalition up. You going again? They united. BRICS. They united. You got Germany. Listen, China giving Iran weapons. I don't care what you say. That's why I know this war wasn't going. They're going to fight a proxy war against America. They're going to still, Chinese ain't like us. They're going to still be your friends, but they're going to give Iranians. They're not like act like they against us. They're going to still be try to be your friend, like how we were with Russia. We still try to meet up with Putin while we giving Ukraine weapons to kill him, his soldiers. You see what I'm saying? That's how the Chinese, they're going to run it back on us like that. They still going to let President Trump come over there and they giving the Iranians weapons to kill Americans. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and the Russians are too. You see what I'm saying? They united. They might not be sending troops to Iran's behalf. They don't feel it ain't no ground invasion. You see what I'm saying? They might not be sending troops to Iran's behalf, but I'm saying they over there united. I'm saying who we united with. We need to build those coalitions, build a money coalition with the United Kingdom, bro. You can't get no money with England. You a president, big President T. I'm saying you can't get no money with England. Bro, let me take over. Where's Scott B at? What them Germans over there doing? Why the German economy popping so hard? Why Germany finna become they trying to work on being a superpower within the next 20 years. Germany gonna be a superpower. Germany might take over the West again like they did back in the day, bruh. I'm telling y'all, Ghost be knowing what he talking about. You go do your own research and you come back and tell me where I'm wrong. I'm saying I'll be getting money with Germany. Your number 2 in the world geopolitically is China. You not stopping or slowing down nothing China doing. You've been trying to do that for too long, and that's not working that well. So I still be doing that. I'll back off that some, and I'll be trying to end that war with Russia. I try to become the adult in the room. Oh, y'all forget what we just did with Iran. I had to do that because the nuclear weapons. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to be the adult in the room. Y'all don't pay no attention to what we doing with Cuba. But I'm saying I'm going to be trying to get money with Germany. I'm going to try to get money with Italy. That's what he did when he first came in the White House. He got to be more creative, find more ways to get more money, be more innovative with this artificial intelligence and grow the economies of the Western world. That's how he got to compete with the East. He looking at it as just America. And I'm saying you got America out there on wobbly legs. America fall down. Germany gonna take your spot, boy. I'm telling y'all, ain't nobody gonna tell you that on legacy media. Y'all better start listening to Ghost. President Trump, just like I predicted, just like I told you, one by one, they coming true. You cannot take over no kind of straight. That's a suicide mission. Why you sending troops anyway? 21 days, you need to be out of there. I'm saying do it like Ghost say, and I promise you, you're going to win 10 out of 10 times. If you go against what Ghost say, you're not going to win. Now he got a political night storm. Trump, look, CNN, Trump announces 2-week ceasefire with Iran. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear it.
Do you see this as regime change, as he has stated over and over and over again? And how difficult do you think it will be
Can y'all hear it?
to get Iran to go forward with what he is saying, which is to stop enriching uranium, which has been a big sticking.
Look, I'm going to let y'all play this, but I'm saying if he would have stopped 21 days ago, he wouldn't have none of this going on. If he was stopped on day 21, I promise you, you went too long. He said, hey, Ghost, I only went 2 more weeks, but hey, listen to it, though.
This is just classic Trump, right? I mean, he starts a war, backs down, and declares a victory for world peace. So we should all just be putting him on mute because he's just trying to gaslight the American public. Here's what actually happened. He launched a war of choice, declaring that the outcome was going to be unconditional surrender. What in fact happened is that we have left a new, hardened, more hardline regime in place, replacing an 86-year-old dictator with a 56-year-old dictator. And then second, before this war started, the Strait of Hormuz was open to global navigation. 20% of the world's oil, helium, fertilizer, a massively, probably the most important in the entire global economy.
That's true.
At the end of this war, the president agreed with Iran that strait would be subject to the control of the Iranian armed forces.
See, I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. They said that's a strategic failure. I don't think that matters. Second explosive bullet. Y'all think that matters? He's saying, listen, who is that? That's, He's a Democrat on the Energy and Commerce Committee. What's the man's name? Jake Archincloss. Archincloss. Y'all know Jake Archincloss? He's a Democrat. I think he's from Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? He's saying before we went and attacked the Strait was open for commerce. And after we attacked the Strait, the Iranians control the Strait. I don't think that matters. I think the Iranians kind of control the Strait from day one. That's what I'm saying. That's why no president ever went and attacked them to give them an excuse to start charging fares to go through the Strait. But I personally don't care about one fare that the Iranians are charging to go through a Strait where we not getting no oil. That's a problem from over there. And we gave every nation in the world a chance to come help us free the Strait. They wouldn't free the Strait. That's not tactical or strategy or nothing for President Trump, in my opinion. Who cares? How is that a strategic loss or a tactical loss for President Trump? President Trump gave those nations a chance to free the Strait. Am I right or wrong? Those nations made a logical choice to not come help free the Strait. So all the nations who get oil from the Strait, because you didn't want to send no military sword to free the Strait, now you got to pay the Iranian tax. I don't care. I wouldn't care. What I would care about is they don't have no enriched uranium. They can't hit, they're not going to be hitting Israel with a nuclear weapon or no one with no ballistic missiles anytime soon or no drones anytime soon. That's what I care about as the American president. That's all I came to do. My military accomplished it. They accomplished it well. We out. Common sense ain't that common. We out. We done already did the cause about the Strait. I gave y'all opportunity to get the Strait. Y'all didn't want to do it. So we out.
Living, on national security, on true immigration reform. Democrats have to make and keep promises to the American public to earn back their trust.
All right, Congressman Jake Archincloss, thank you so much. An interesting conversation with you this morning with so many things happening internationally. Appreciate your time. John?
All right, breaking this morning, a huge shift to the Democrats, the biggest in a congressional election so far this cycle. In Georgia, Republicans held onto the seat vacated by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Sarah was just talking about her with the congressman, but the margin is what has Democrats salivating. In a district that President Trump won by 37 points, last night it was an 11-point spread. It's more than a 25-point shift. Let's see CNN's on all that size.
Hey, y'all getting a stripe for CNN.
Shift.
Y'all seen that? 25-point shift in Marjorie Taylor Greene district. You know what I'm saying? I think we went over that. The Republicans won it. But you know what I'm saying? It was a 20-point shift towards the Democrats. That's what happened. It's going to keep happening. It's going to happen all election season. That's the political consequences of ICE. That's the political consequences of war. You see what I'm saying? President Trump, he decided to do it. I told you he was going to pay a political cost. You don't have to listen to Ghost. You could think Ghost is against President Trump. You could think all of that. And when he getting impeached and all that stuff happened, y'all just go run back my live streams and think if you would have decided to go the way I told you to go instead of going the way that you think you know what you talking about going, and see how it turned out for you, and see how it turned out if you would have called Hakeem Jeffries when I told you to call him. See how it turned out if you would have got out of Iran when I told you to get out of Iran. See how it turned out if you wouldn't have put tariffs on your allies from the get-go. See how it turned out if you weren't picking on Canada from the get-go. If America wasn't picking on Canada, I guarantee you, if any other nation would have sent an aircraft carrier out there with the United States, it would have been Canada. And if Canada would have done it, the United Kingdom would have done it. And if the United Kingdom would have done it, Australia would have done it, because them three move in unison. They still under one queen or one king, King Charles, baby. One king. That old English empire. And they all, because America is really part of that old English empire. Y'all don't see it, but I see it. America is the new Great Britain, pretty much. So Canada, Australia, Great Britain, and France too, they all usually move with us. But they not moving with us because you putting tariffs. You need to be getting money with these dudes. These your people. President Trump, you see it now. Oh, I want to disband NATO. You making it worse. Stop being prideful. It's not NATO that's the problem. Unless it's NATO getting oil from the Strait, whichever country's getting oil from the Straits, those were the chickens. President Trump, you didn't go to NATO and you didn't go ask them and tell them you was finna do that. Oh, I can't do that, Ghost, because okay, well, you had to do what you had to do. But what I'm saying, you can't get at NATO for doing what for that. You need to get at those nations who get oil from the Strait, who decided not to come help you, and why they getting oil from the Strait. Israeli empire. It's not the Israeli empire, man. The Israeli doing what they supposed to do. How you gonna hate on the Israeli? You ain't hating on the Qataris. At least listen, Bibi Netanyahu didn't give President Trump no $400 million plane. What you guys say about that? How many $4 million planes Bibi Netanyahu gave President Trump? How many Trump towers is in Tel Aviv or in Jerusalem compared to how many is in Saudi Arabia? If I'm not mistaken, they got more than 8 Trump towers in Saudi Arabia. And y'all hating on Bibi. And the Muslims over there, they the ones who fattening his pockets. He getting rich over there in the Middle East off them those Muslim nations. But you hating on Bibi for doing the same thing everybody else doing. He lobbying, just like every other country in the world lobbies the Americans. So Bibi does it better than the other countries. Why you hate on him for lobbying Americans? That's stupid. He's just lobbying Americans. You need to get mad at President Trump for getting lobbied. You need to don't hate the player, hate the game. You need to hate America for having a system that's able to get lobby. It's not the Israeli empire. President Trump say stop shooting. Bibi ain't ready to stop shooting, but he gonna stop right now. Yeah, 400 million. That's what I'm saying. And Bibi ain't giving President Trump 400 million. That $400 million plane the Qataris give. You don't know what kind of all those gifts that President Trump and them got. President Trump and them that made billions in their first 2 years in office. His whole family, that Trump empire. That money ain't all coming from Israel. That money coming from all over the Middle East. So I'm saying, why you hating on Israel? Israel probably is the strongest ally. I got Israel over the UK. I don't know about all that. NATO criticized. I don't know about that, but I wouldn't compare them. I'm saying, why would I compare them? Like Israel, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Australia. And if you could suck India away, bro, I'd be so cool with the Indians. The Indians got more people than anybody in the world. And China number 2. So the Indians got like 1.45 billion or something like that. Don't quote me. And China got like 1.3 or 1.4 billion. So the two of them almost 3 billion people. I can't have 3 billion people with Russia united against me. That's common sense. Common sense ain't so common. I've been saying this to President Trump for day one. Forget Pakistan. India is who you need. You might have, I don't care what alliances with Pakistan, you just gonna have to get them cool with India for a second. If I'm president, I'm finna make friends with India, bruh. India is gonna be our ally. I'm pulling them out of BRICS. I'll try to pull India into NATO, do some crazy stuff. He trying to take over, what's his name? I'll be trying to pull India into NATO. That's what moves I'll be making. I need the Germans. I need the British. I need the Canadians. I need the Australians. I need the French. And I need the Italians. Why are you trying to split the white people up, President Trump? That's crazy. He trying to divide the white people. You gonna let China and them come through with them swords, they gonna take over. Don't divide the white people, bro. You need Germany. Germany is on the verge of becoming a superpower. If you want to nurture another superpower into the world, because I don't know if you really call Russia a superpower because their economy way weaker than Germany's. Germany's military ain't that yet, but they building up. They spending a lot of their GDP building their military. So I'm saying Germany become a superpower again. Nurture Germany to become a superpower. That's what I'm saying. So you can fight against them. Who's standing with America? You got America and you got Norway and Sweden and all these little bitty countries. You got countries the size of Florida standing with America, Israel. It's the size of Maryland. But over there, you got China, Russia, India. You got all. You need to nurture some of your people to be strong. Don't go over there scolding them. You need to get the United Kingdom, put them in situations. Okay, we finna go to Cuba. Go talk to the Germans and go talk to the French. Y'all bought these American military. Y'all come try them out. I'm finna nurture these other world powers, Western powers, to be strong. President Trump got a completely different mentality. He over there poo-pooing and shoo-shooing with them, and the ones where he could get Trump towers. Saudi Arabia, they not help. How are they helping you? Okay, they invested $2 trillion in America. What else can they do? I'm saying Saudi Arabia, they attacking Saudi Arabia, Iran. They not even finna fight. They not you. They trying to fight. They want to fight. They ain't fighting. They ain't even fighting. I'm saying what they buying these American weapons for? They got American weapons. And listen, bro, common sense ain't that common, is it? I'm gonna come buy American weapons, right? So I'm selling weapons. I got F-22s, I got submarines, I got drones, I got F-35s, I got Abrams tanks, I got Blackhawks, I got defensive missiles, you know what I'm saying, Patriot missiles, I got Tomahawks. You talking about the greatest weaponry in the world. We ain't gonna sell you our B2s, you know what I'm saying? We drop them bunker buster bombs. Boom, 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 boom. You know, and so you got all these weapons now, right? So I'm saying, once you got these weapons, what else do you have these weapons for? You gotta get trained how to use them. So I'm saying, the South Koreans don't know how to fly them F-22s by now. The Japanese, they don't know how to fly the F-22s. I know the Saudi Arabians do. I seen they were flying sorties against the Houthis. Qataris, they don't know how to fly the F-22s. I'm saying the French don't know how to fly them. The United Kingdom, every time a situation come up, Israel, the only ones over there who got American weapons who act like they know how to use them. Y'all can hate on BB if y'all want to. BB, hey, look how BB is with his F-22s and look how Qatar is with the F-22s. You can hate on BB if you want to. Hey, BB using his weapons. He ain't asking no American. They got Marco Rubio saying they had to tell him to chill out, go sit out. You done sold him them American-made weapons. He know how to use them. He gonna go use them, but it's like the rest of the world, they don't even know how to use them. The United Kingdom, they got their own aircraft carrier. France got their own aircraft carrier. France got atomic weapons. The United Kingdom got atomic weapons. Their economies are big. France this close from being a superpower. If they care, France could become a superpower again. If the United Kingdom, because their economies are so good, bro, if they started developing, building their militaries up, which they could, Germany could become a superpower again. You see what I'm saying? Germany's got the largest economy in Europe. And Europe is behind America. It's America, China, and most of the rest of the nations with the money in the world is in Europe, man. Come on. I'm saying you should be raising and developing world powers, Western world powers. Why would everyone want to depend on America where you got $39 trillion in debt? America got wobbly knees. You need to tag in some of your homeboys. You tag in Germany, tag in France, tag in United Kingdom. You need to get cool with Canada again. Tag in Canada, tag in Australia. That's what I'm saying. France isn't necessarily a superpower. it's the economy is bad in America because of that, but that ain't stopping them from dropping bombs. That ain't stopping them from spending $2 billion a day, is it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we've been jumping in with CNN. Israel, largest strikes against Lebanon since start of the war.
Clearly, we're just
Israel want to keep this fight against Lebanon going, even though the war is about to be over. So, guys, that's CNN y'all listening to in the background. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it.
From several different, at least 4 different places in that very densely populated city. Nada Bashir, thank you so much to you and your crew. Stay safe. Kate?
This morning, there's a major development that is expected in a case that haunted the Gilgo Beach community for nearly 3 decades. The suspect accused of murdering 7 women in a series of killings whose remains were found on Long Island South Shore. This man is expected now to change his plea to guilty. Rex Heuermann previously denied allegations of murder when he was arrested in July of 2023. Now he will be in court expected today, and according to a source,
I don't know what that is, y'all. That's like saying that's some Epstein stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got an Epstein list. I always said that somebody got an Epstein list. Everybody got an Epstein list. If y'all haven't liked the video, y'all go ahead, double tap the video for me, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, man. It's my birthday, man. Happy birthday to me, man. You know what I'm saying? 46, big 46, man. We powering ahead. I've been off the live stream for a minute. I got some things I got to deal with, man. I got some really, really pressing documents that's got to get done ASAP Rocky. So that's what we working on this morning, guys. We got a donation. We got a channel membership. I appreciate that. Guys, it's right at 8 a.m. Eastern time, even though our start time was 7:15. I'm sorry about that. I jumped on there early. So I done gave y'all an hour and 35 minutes. We gonna say like an hour and 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But 7:15 was the start time, so we still got 45 minutes to 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. It's right at 8 o'clock. Yeah, we still got 15 minutes or so to 8:15. So, guys, I'll definitely give y'all 2 hours. That means 23 more minutes, definitely. If you guys want to stream longer than that, we could stream as long as you want to. I need you guys to hit that button with the $ in it. Your donations are much appreciated. I might probably stream tomorrow, but streaming tomorrow, that'd be like number 80 in the series of Riding with Ghostwriter. It'd probably be the last stream that I do this week. So, guys, not streaming as much, got a lot going on in my personal life, got work going on. The link from my YouTube's in the bio. Y'all make sure y'all checking out the shorts, the post, getting the full Ghostwriter experience on my birthday up here in Big NYC. So, guys, that's what it is, guys. If y'all want to donate to the channel, y'all hit the button with the $ in it. Your donations are much appreciated. Like I said, it's only 8 a.m., man, but we approaching that 9 o'clock hour. And I got so much work to do. I'm going to have to get to it in just a second. Plus, I can't move how I used to move, you know what I'm saying, at the time being. So, yeah, guys, if y'all want to donate, y'all hit the button with the $ in it. Your donations are much appreciated. Also, guys, channel memberships are $2.99. Once again, the button with the $ in it. If you guys want to give a gift, anything like that, your donations are much appreciated. I appreciate you guys stopping by and rocking with Big Ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? Had to come and talk about it. President Trump, man, he know. If y'all don't know by now, man, everything Ghost be telling y'all be spot on. Tell me how I'm wrong, y'all. So, guys, we got about 22 more minutes unless y'all donate, man. Big Ghostwriter, man. I'm going to take a second, man. I hope y'all can hear it. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear it right from here.
Information here.
That's CNN playing in the background.
That were found, there's dismemberment, there are all those issues. So I think the beneficiaries of this, and that's a horrible word to use, there are no beneficiaries, but I think the families collectively don't have to really sit and see that. And that's a big deal, a very big deal. It's so compelling. The victim impact statements, he won't be sentenced today. You plead guilty and you'll be asked questions. Sir, you're pleading guilty because you are guilty. I'm looking to see the allocution. What is he going to say that he specifically did as to each particular victim, right? Because the judge wants to hear that. And then I think the judge, there'll be sort of a pre-sentencing report, and then the judge will issue sentence sometime months from now. And I think that he'll get life without parole. So he'll gain nothing, but the families will not endure sitting there and listening to such compelling, powerful, and disturbing testimonies.
I mean, when you think about how long it took to even get this case to where it is, and then how this development has turned, this is a huge moment for so many. I mean, this paralyzed a community, terrorized a community for years and years and years. It's a remarkable thing. It's good to see. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Sarah?
All right, on our radar for you this morning in Texas, new video of an insane crash. Look at that, narrowly missing a group of children. A motorcycle lost control, skidded across.
So guys, we're gonna go ahead and take it down. We're gonna take it down, man. We getting close to 2 hours. Happy birthday from Nova Scotia, Canada. Happy birthday, man. I said from the get-go, I believe Canada is one of our biggest trading partners. I've seen Canada so many times help America in foreign wars. You know what I'm saying? They might have been getting over on America at the time President Trump had a problem with them, but I just felt like as he went with that situation, he went way too far. We need to bring Canada back, man. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even think to ask Canada to send aircraft carriers, but I promise you Canada would have been the first ones there. I've been watching geopolitical politics for a long time, studied it. Somebody said Tucker Carlson. Why they hating on Tucker, man? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with Tucker, man? I know Tucker probably say some disparaging things about Black people. The same thing about Charlie Kirk. I don't agree with them. They're disparaging views on African Americans or minorities or people of color. But a lot of positions that they have politically, as far as putting America first and how we should proceed after 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years of fighting the same foreign wars with no end that you can't win. You know what I'm saying? Just to show American power and muscle, you know what I'm saying? But it's hurting and destroying our nation. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Man, appreciate it, man. All the birthday wishes, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. So, guys, I'm trying to see what we got, man. We got 200 people in the live stream, man. I appreciate y'all showing up, checking in, tapping in, trying to see what we talking about, y'all. I really got to get down this morning. I got business to handle. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to donate to the channel, y'all hit the button with the $ in it. Or if you guys just have something to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate it, Backpack. My boy Backpack said happy birthday. Man, Backpack, yeah, man, backpacking right now. I ain't really backpacking, man. I'm Ubering, doing those kind of things, man. I wish I was backpacking. That stuff costs so much money, but if I was down in New York City, that'd be different. But where I'm at up here, man, like that ride, man, you know what I'm talking about? You talking about probably a good 12, 14 mile walk. I ain't got that in me, bro. It's too cold right now, so we not backpacking, man. I think the money well spent because the time that I have to save today, too, the number of documents, the phone calls, the people I got to get in touch with, got to track down vehicles and all kind of stuff. I don't think we got time to backpack, though, because it needs to get done pretty quickly. Mr. says, nothing to do said about this Trump idiot. Did Hitler also say the same thing? I kind of remember a video a while back. Man, I hate to say that about President Trump. You know what I'm saying? You might not like him personal, but you know what I'm saying? That's just the way he decided to do it, the moves he decided to make. Whether those moves was the right moves or the wrong moves, that's a whole different argument. But I'm saying that's what President Trump decided to do. That's how he decided to rock it. So whether you hate on him, whether you like him or love him, I mean, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is the way he decided to do it, 21 days and out. Military objectives accomplished. They were accomplished in 21 days. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? He decided not to do it like that, and I think he's going to have a little or a lot of extra wrangling from just going those 30 days, 31, 32, 33 days, trying to save face politically. because politically he was worried about looking stupid, like they say taco. Trump always chickens out. You know what I'm saying? You can't worry about that stuff, man. You got to worry about winning and losing, making sure America win in this conflict, man. That's what it was about. It ain't about chickening out, and it ain't about looking tough on the world stage. All those optics mean something, but when that gas price hit $5-6 a gallon, them optics ain't gonna look like nothing. Like we just saw on CNN, your 37-point district, Marjorie Taylor Greene district, went from 37 points to 11 points. That's scary. So that means if you in a district that's solid red, but you only up about 22 points, that district likely to swing 28 points. You know what I'm saying? Miss them sends a whole nation. That yes indeed, y'all. So guys, it's after 8 a.m., y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna step back. Pentagon briefing coming soon. You know what I'm saying? I want to play this for y'all if I can. See if y'all can hear this.
Well, I think Secretary Hegseth is going to likely make the case that the U.S. military campaign against Iran led to this point, pressured them to the extent that they are willing now to come to the table and come to some kind of deal with the United States when it comes to nuclear, for example, when it comes to opening the Strait of Hormuz. However, there are a lot of questions about that, of course, because what appears to be happening now is that we're in the same place diplomatically as we were even before the war began in terms of the maximalist points and demands that the Iranians are asking as part of this deal, and the position that the U.S. is in, which is weaker, arguably, than at the beginning of the war.
See, I disagree with that.
Still holds the Strait of Hormuz.
I don't think that America is weaker than it was at the beginning of this war. How can America, listen, I'm not hating on CNN, but this ain't really CNN. This just some people asking questions. This their job. How can America be weaker than at the beginning of the war? Iran still controls the Strait. Iran always controls the Strait. That's why I'm trying to tell you. And no, at one point did Iran not control the Strait of Hormuz. It just never came up for us to have to see that the Iranians at will can cause terror within the Strait of Hormuz. If you ask General Kane, if he be honest, he knew that prior. He knew that prior to any attack. I knew that prior to any attack. That's why no president ever went after Iran, because we know they control the Strait. So Secretary Hegseth speaking right now, I'm finna play it again. I disagree with CNN. I think America did accomplish something. Like I said, if I could look at the table at a leader and I'm negotiating with this leader, these leaders could look to their bosses and they know all of their bosses from 5 months ago are dead. All of their bosses from 2 months ago are dead. Their bosses are dead. America did accomplish something. You know how over 1,000, 2,000 some buildings, like even not really civilian buildings, but have been decimated. Their military has been decimated. That's facts. America did accomplish something by doing this. But saying that the Iranians are still in a power position, yeah, they are. Who cares? You don't want to listen to that. You want to win. And the win is to get on down. And that's what America's doing. America's getting on down. So right now you need diplomacy and you need a good deal. And if you can't get a good deal, what'll end up happening is I wouldn't do it myself. I'll just turn our Israelis on them and kill all the leaders again and try keep killing their leaders till you get a good deal. That's what Ghost say. Ghost say, keep killing the leaders till they get a good deal. This P. Higgs stuff on CNN, y'all.
Rendered it combat ineffective for years to come. You see, in less than 40 days, one of our combatant commands, Central Command, CENTCOM, using less than 10% of America's total combat power, dismantled one of the world's largest militaries. The world's leading state sponsor of
What's up, man, Tom?
Utterly incapable of defending itself, its people, or its territory. We untied just a fraction of our strength, and Iran suffered a devastating military.
Look, I don't need Secretary Hegseth to tell me that, man. I already know that. You see what I'm saying? You can't say that. You can't say that the Iranians, they didn't suffer no kind of loss from what happened in Iran, because look, CNN, this is what y'all need to do. CNN, y'all need to go and y'all need to fly over Iran with the U.S. military and let the military show you that baby Katrina, and that you got Hurricane Katrina and you got Hurricane Camille. Y'all might not remember Camille. That was before y'all age. Those were two bad hurricanes that hit the Mississippi area. That's where I'm from. You got Hurricane Katrina and you got Hurricane Camille that then smacked Iran. They got buildings destroyed all across the country, all across Iran. I'm saying, how could you possibly say that what America has done in Iran hasn't hurt them? America has crippled them greatly. Greatly. Just because they could still fire shoulder fire missiles, what's that mean? Just because they could still act like they're putting up some kind of fight, what's that mean? Or just because they could put up some kind of fight still, what's that mean? You see what I'm saying? That's like a boxer, bruh. You got Mike Tyson and you got Muhammad Ali, and say they ever box. You know, Muhammad Ali, he a long boxer, but Mike Tyson, he one of them short, come in there, hit you with them 1-2s and get rid of you. So Muhammad Ali might have a busted up face, but he's still in the fight. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Iran's still in the fight, but they got a busted up face. You can't say nothing. America ain't done nothing to them. And then what we lost? I'm not going to degrade the 300 troops that we got injured, or I'm not sure exactly how many died, about 15 troops that died, or the billions we spent. I'm not degrading that, but I'm saying compared to what they lost a lot more than we lost, and they lost a whole lot of lives. So saying that America hasn't done anything to hurt or degrade them, you crazy. If I were President Trump, I wouldn't listen to none of that. That's what George Bush was listening to that got him involved in the quagmire. You had to get that enriched uranium. That was your number one goal. We gonna get that done. You got the enriched uranium. They can't build no more nuclear weapons, and you stopping them from projecting border power beyond their own borders. Them controlling the Strait of Hormuz, yeah, that's a victory for them. But how does that hurt America? How did that hurt us at all? They could control the Strait. How much oil we get from the Strait? That's what you ask when CNN Secretary Hegseth, when they say, "Hey, but they still controlling the Strait." CNN, how much oil does America get from the Strait? But they still control the Strait. Why do we care? Oh, you talking about the Strait where South Korea getting their oil from? Much love to South Korea, man. You know what I'm saying? My little baby girl, man, she's South Korean, man. I got love for them Koreans, man. So much love, baby girl. She's so gorgeous, man. But listen, you could say South Korea, you could say how much oil they get from the Strait. We gave them an opportunity to help come free the Strait. We gave France an opportunity. We gave the United Kingdom an opportunity. We gave Germany an opportunity. We gave China an opportunity. We gave the Philippines an opportunity. We gave all these nations an opportunity to come free the Strait. France get 20 to 30, 40% of their energy from the Strait. China getting energy from the Strait. You see what I'm saying? South Korea, Philippines, they getting energy from the Strait. The United States gets zero oil from the Strait. So I'm saying, like, who cares if they control the Strait? We completely decimated their country. So if they want to tax South Korea, in my opinion, J.D. Vance, if they want to tax South Korea, then South Korea got to pay the tax, because President Choice gave them a chance. President Trump gave those countries a choice. Either you could come join America in the fight and risk lives, or you could pay a tax and have Iran control it. So we not getting no oil from the Strait. That's why we didn't just go over there and bulldoze them into that suicide mission, because that's what I believe it was. But because we not getting no oil from the Strait, we ain't going over here in this suicide mission. We gave these other nations who do get their energy from the Strait, we gave them an opportunity to come not have to pay this tax or this tariff that the Iranians control. But because the other nations didn't want to come help out, if they got to pay a tariff or a tax, now that's on them. They should have come helped out, try to free the Strait. They didn't try to free the Strait. That's on them, bro. That's their choice. That's their option. That's their everything. And that's just how it turned out. That's how it turned out for them. That's their choice, their option, their everything. They had an opportunity to come try to free the Strait. America doesn't get no energy from the Strait. The only thing we get is fertilizer. We're going to tell the Iranians, if you try to tax that fertilizer, because you're not taxing us, we ready to use these aircraft carriers to assure that you don't tax us. You're not taxing us. You could tax the Japanese because they too scared to fight, and we're not gonna spend we not Dodo the bird. We're not gonna spend another $8 trillion over the next 40 years fighting y'all's fight. So we not Dodo birds. So we not doing that. So you could tax them for that if you want to, and they gotta pay the tax. Because that's how they rebuilding their nation anyway, because we not sending no $450 million to them either. So how they rebuilding their nation, they going to tax y'all for that oil that come through there in the Strait that they already control, in the Strait that we will wait at any time they could do that. What they doing, they could do that at any time. Should President Trump had went over there and got that aroused like that or got that worked up like that? Who knows? Who could say if he should have did that at the time he did it? That's what happened though. He did it the way he did it. And that's the way it's going down. So it's like this. We don't care nothing about no Strait we don't get no oil from. The only thing we care about is our farmers and our fertilizer. And if you tax us on our farmers and our fertilizer, then I ain't finna be talking crazy. Oh, we're gonna get rid of your civilization. I'm not gonna be talking crazy. Nah, that's not what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do. I'm gonna go call BB and I'm gonna turn BB into one of them. BB gonna send y'all some pagers. I'm gonna call BB, and BB got some pages for your leaders. Everybody who sit at this table who trying to tax America, BB said he got a pager for your leader. He got a pager for you. See, y'all could send Ghost over there, because this how I be dealing with them. They wouldn't be playing with me. Oh, y'all said what you said? Oh, okay. For all y'all who said that y'all don't want to make a deal, y'all want to tax us for the fertilizer, or you think that you gonna control some uranium or keep making uranium? BB said he got some pages for your new round of leaders. So since I don't want to get involved in this pager situation, JD Vance Shaw, we gotta remove ourselves from this situation, and we gonna let BB come through here with these pages for you. Let BB give you these pages so he could get you some so you can remember. And so after BB get rid of these group of leaders, I'm gonna give y'all about 6 more months. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna get the deal that I want. If I keep killing leaders and they keep coming up in the power, I'm gonna end up coming around some Iranians who gonna be talking the way I'm talking. And in the end, I'm gonna get the deal that I want. And that's how I would deal with it, like if I was America. Y'all, that's my time, man. I love y'all. Go down soon, though, man. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'll probably be streaming tomorrow morning, if it's the Lord's will, 7:15 a.m. Eastern, probably a little earlier. In the room, 7 a.m. Eastern. It's episode number 80 of Riding with Ghost Rider, y'all. That's my time. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for showing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian, man. I believe that Jesus suffered. He bled and he died on the cross for our sins. I believe that the blood that Jesus shed washes away our sins. I believe it pays for our sins. I believe that Jesus' blood is the atonement for our sins. The only way we could go to heaven. I believe that Christ is king. I tell you how Christ is king. I don't believe there's no good works that I could do in order to go heaven. I believe the only good work that was worthy for any man or woman to go to heaven was Jesus suffering, bleeding, and dying on the cross for our sins. That is the work. We have to accept that work. How we accept that work? We accept that work through prayer. The Bible says, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. The Bible in Ephesians 2 and verse 8 says, for by grace are you saved through faith, not of yourself, it is the gift of God. I went to a choir room. I asked Jesus to forgive me of my sins. I told him I accepted his sacrifice as payment for my sins, and I asked him to save my soul from hell. I did that in August in 2018. I believe that he saved me. That is what salvation is. That's how the thief on the cross got saved. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Christ is king, not Bibi Netanyahu, not Israel, not no Muslims, not your mama, not Hare Krishna, not the Pope, not your preacher. Christ is king, okay? This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. 2 hours on the dot. We've been streaming. I thank y'all for the donations. I love y'all. See y'all in the morning, man. I'm out.